Good morning. Can you guys hear me? We got crude numbers in 30 seconds. Crude numbers. Thank you, Matt. Yesterday it came in an API draw. I would say if it can get down to here to be buying, if the news gives you an opportunity. 1 second. Nope, it's gone. $62. That is a huge spike.
See how it plays out, right?
I would not short it.
Yeah.
It's just, but it typically draws this time of the year anyway, so I mean, it's not a big news flash. Shut that down. Wish you could trade into the numbers. This stuff was it's all long and strong.
Yeah. One of those things you got to kind of.
Well, there's a difference between like fund management. You're in a position, you've could been in a position for a while, and you've got a profit, so you can hold into it. You're looking to work into a position. If it, like I was thinking, it might get a drop, and then you can buy in here for the, and then the rally after. But
Yeah.
it's just gap and go. Also had a little quirk of the markets. We had a signal that went out at 67, but because of the fast market, it didn't get filled. Some people got it. Looks like about a third of
4 million, 4 million draw.
Right?
They're anticipating a 1.3 million, and it was 3.9 million.
Right. So we'll see if the Nasdaq. I'll go to the charts daily. Sell-off continues from yesterday. We're below every band, kind of in the 1 hour, 15-minute. Feels like a more powerful move, but maybe we'll get another buy trigger coming up.
Buy trigger on what? On
Nasdaq. We're below the band on every time frame but the daily. Maybe we'll get the 67s back this time, right?
Crude's hitting something up here.
Right. Falls more than expected. Well, that's definitely profit taking up in there.
Yeah.
Also, got to take a look at the dollar. Got the dollar selling off pretty good today. It's the yen seems to be dragging down. Starting to get into that, I don't know, 6-month buy zone. You look at it. Here's a 4 hour. Here's a daily. I mean, you look at this zone has been going on for.
Yeah. Where are these buyers going to step back in? A big nasty tail in crude, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to the 1 minute on the NASDAQ. See if the NASDAQ and S&P can hold their lows. It's pretty, the daily. So, like I was saying yesterday, when you think of like fund managers, larger institutions, pension funds, etc., they're super long. They're always long. They're looking to buy on dips, and they start looking at these different levels. But the shorter term traders are really what makes that short term move. So the buyers would be stepping in, but we want to see. They seem to be just nibbling. So if you look at like this, a 15-minute, if that was a decent bottom, a strong bottom, it would go to the midpoint, at least this top band on the higher to 91. And the fact that the next bar, we're right back near the low. I mean, this is the test. They'd always retest the low. But this pattern is, it's going to 1 minute so you could see it. Zoomed in, made its crescendo low, bounced. Really, it should have kept going up to here on this part, so we'll see if it can do it here. It's a decent retest. It's funny how oil retraced the whole thing.
Yeah, geez.
Well, a lot of times there's a headline number, and then I'll go read my play-by-play or the info after it of what the inside baseball is, I would say. You could look at a draw, but what was the? There's some good guys on the forum that are in the oil industry that were talking about kind of the semantics of it.
That took a while.
What's that?
Limit order.
You didn't get filled?
That's staring at me on the screen. It probably will in a second.
06. There you go.
There we go.
Did you want a 5 minute or 1 minute, or you've
Go
got
to one, yeah, just
you've got it covered? That a fib bounce?
Yeah.
See, I follow it. Can't seem to get the market going on the S&P and NASDAQ. Tough spot on the in that area, you know.
Yeah. It should fail here.
I think there's I thought I saw the commitment to traders was super duper long. Just more constructive on the NASDAQ and S&P for the bottoming process. Oh, shoot. Go look at this too. Dollar push lower, which was this recent push too in the crude oil. S&P for once is undervalued to the end. We'll have to watch that.
The dollar index looks like it's bottoming though.
Oh yeah, I'll have to put the 5-minute back up. Yeah, it's rallying. Boy, it's pretty epic battle going on with some of the, when you look on the ladder.
Yeah, they're spiking all over the place.
So here's the VIX. I guess I just have to tuck it in here. That's the VIX for today, 5-minute chart. So it's definitely been a pretty powerful influencer of the markets. Like to see it rally up, make a double top. We can get a bottom in for the day. I'm going to watch that. I'm going to go through stocks real quick. Apple. Apple's bouncing pretty good. Amazon's not. I got to pull up where bonds are.
Go to a 5-minute on the NASDAQ.
Oh, this is a 1 minute. Sorry. Big sellers in there. See if they can keep absorbing it. Where's the 10-year note? Ten-year notes all over the boards, trying to bottom though. Price line. So you would need this to close at,
Above the high.
but you could do the same thing on the 1 minute, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously it's more noisy, but at least you don't have to wait 5 minutes for a signal. Or at least 20 cents. Oil stocks aren't really doing much. Valero's at the day low. Rig's rallying, but that's different. Probably rallying off the draw. That means the decline in rib count will be ending soon. So
Need to see it take out the high on the 1 minute here.
should get help from the S&P. That's the sellers. I mean, if you look at it, that's just a natural place. Like we hit the band, get out. Let's see where go to shorter time frames. Ugly candle on the technicals. I think it's gonna be hard pressed to work through all that overhead. Got to work through that 62 and 03. Should be this the next push, right? That's a neutral candle.
Should.
Where'd all the buyers go? They're slowly creeping out of their cave. So those two candles would be considered what, neutral for your
Yeah.
methodology?
Yeah.
So you would need a close here or higher to get you right.
Got to see how this is going to interact with 6210 now.
Let's see how it looks on the 5-minute. I think if it gets to 18, that would be it. I don't even think it'll get to 18.
Go back to a 1 minute.
Yeah, it just got to work through that. That 11, I don't know. Too much overhead. Still good. Get a winner. See what next setups would be. Really, when you look at multiple down days on the market, we'll go back to stocks. You look at multiple down days. It's too early for the rally to commence. Usually they like to have that, like we've talked about, fund managers that do their biggest volume on the close. So is that little stop out? It's going to be the absolute low, right? But we'll see how this interacts on a pullback again on the NASDAQ.
Go back to a 5 minute on crude. No, that was a good out. This is going lower.
This is even though it's an up candle and it went up a lot, it's a bearish candle. Obviously a bearish engulfing, another bearish candle. Then it couldn't even engulf this, so bulls are done. Done. It's good risk management. Free trade. I mean, it could have got up to that Bollinger at 16 or 18, like I was saying. I don't know. That's all this. Everybody who bought in this wick and then who bought in this down move was like, you've got now it's called overhead supply. So definitely got issues with that.
Go back to a 1 minute.
It's kind of no man's land right now for me. Looks good. Go back to that gold band. spot. Do you have your, what's your stop?
I'm gonna put one in here in a second.
I think it needs to do, needs to get better positioning. That is no man's land, dude. Even on the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minutes under the band, but you want the 1 minute?
Yep,
And you,
keep it right there.
yeah, you can, and I'll put the 5 minute up. I probably should adjust those numbers. That's the old sell area. Maybe I should just I was gonna say it's below the band, so you might want to look to take profits.
Look to take 300.
Yeah. Well, I have plus 440.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back.
That's good.
Would have been up more. I mean,
So, nice job.
yeah. Do you see the methodology though?
Yeah.
Okay. Stop it.
Just saying. Just saying.
Stop it.
I've been there and done that.
The one thing Dave will tell you, notice we took it long and then we took it short. That's my forte.
Yeah. Well, that's like we were talking about. That's the construction of this bearish candle.
Yeah.
And that, like I was saying, these people were like, everybody who bought in that spike up, and then this band and this band, and then on that rally, as soon as they gave it up, it was like plummet.
Yeah.
I've read some stuff on the macro level. We'll see how this thing closes, but definitely might start up a topping pattern. We'll see, though.
So you'll notice where I got out of that trade versus where it's trading right now. You can see we're right back at that level. From a risk reward standpoint, that's just good money management.
That's the bands are there for a reason. If it gets below it and you're short, I don't know. You'd be crazy to stay short. Now, can it go lower? Sure, but statistically,
yeah,
odds are not necessarily in your favor. Or it's just prudent. It all just depends on what type of trader you are. Obviously, for what we're doing, it's important to lock in gains, chip away. As a fund manager, if you think this is a top and it's going to be a major break, you might, as Larry would say, keep a runner on. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. I don't think the Bulls are going to give up that easily.
No, I'm with you. Go back to a 5-minute on crude.
Wait, I got to get this. Yeah, I don't know. I'll leave that trade up for the professionals.
What you had there, though, so go to expand that 5-minute real quick, and I'll kind of walk you through it.
This?
No, oh, that's right. You got to do that. There you go. So zoom in a little bit so we can go over it.
Oop. 5-minute?
Yeah, 5. So you can see on the 3 candles ago, you had a higher high, higher low. Yep. But you had it close at the low of current. So we knew we had sellers there. So the idea was is if price broke below the previous candle low, we would anticipate that big push lower. So I had my entry 1 tick below the low. It pushed lower, it rallied up, put in a lower high, and then it failed and exhausted and put in a lower low.
Right.
So you can see how fast that trade was. Go to a 1-minute. So length of trade, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 bars, 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Yeah. And we're still basing across those bottoms there. So, I mean, I got out just because we had that such a big push lower.
It's crazy, but that's the trade would be here. You'd be short at 40 in this bar.
Say that where?
Same concept. You had the failed candle close at its low, so you would go short at 40 and the next bar.
Right. You would have gone on a 5-minute though. Go to a 5.
Well, anything you could do on a 5
Same
minute.
methodology, yeah. So you would
do on a 1 minute.
You would have been short below the break of the 61.95 on a 5.
5 minutes seem to do their thing in a kind of different way.
Well, but if you're just looking for 10 cents, I mean that's an easy trade.
Well, trading a 5-minute, you can't really look for 10 cents. On that particular methodology, you're looking for, I would say, minimum half of the Bollinger Band. So you got 0.6, at least 30 cents. because you know
The
it's
one
going to
thing
be
though,
bouncing in the range. Go ahead.
yeah, the one thing too though is if you would have taken that short at that price, you think about where your stop would have had to have been above the previous pivot high at 61.60. So there's so much risk there that, you know, that's when I was looking at it going, there's no way I'm taking this trade. There's just too much risk here.
Right. Oil stocks, here's Exxon. It's a 5-minute. Valero's getting beat up. And even rig. They keep pressing new lows, we'll see.
Go to the 5-minute on the NASI. Same basic concept. You would have taken the break of the 9:10 candle, and then you would have taken the break above the high on the 9:35 candle. Because you had lower low, lower high, but it traded at the high of current, low of previous. Once it broke above the resistance at 43.74, it's been off to the races ever since. Right there. When
Well,
it broke
what do you
above the
do?
high, that was
What do you do on
taken long.
this candle
You would
here?
have taken that first candle long right there.
What do you do? Get a buy here and
Above
then
that
use
high.
that?
Yeah, that right there. Yeah, I mean that probably would have been a break-even trade. Because you would have taken an entry above the high at 43.72.
Right.
So remember what an uptrend is. An uptrend is a failure of resistance. So when resistance failed, and what Dave's saying, where we were, you're taking that off. Chances are you probably would have taken that off the 925 candle. Maybe made a little bit, but primarily broken even on it right there. And then next candle pushed lower, and then the next candle broke back to the upside. You would have been long at 43.74-ish and still be in this trade. There'd be no reason telling you to get out yet. Is crude starting to bottom yet?
Trying.
So this candle here, I'm looking at this. If this thing breaks below the lows of the 43.86, it's going lower. Especially when, Dave, you can look at that right there and know that that's about a 50% retracement of that previous move where we rallied up to it.
Right.
Now we're hitting our heads.
Probably almost to the tick, right?
Yeah. So looking at that, if it breaks the 43.86, it's going lower, especially with this bearish engulfing that Dave was mentioning earlier. Breaks below those lows, it's headed lower.
It's too early for the rally, but kind of starts to get into this patty cake market too. This kind of, could retrace even down.
Yeah, I mean, look how bearish that is. So if it takes out those lows, I'd be short.
Basically 85 and change.
Yeah, 85 half.
I just want those 67s back. Oh, God. I can't believe that.
So on a 5-minute, you'd have been looking to be long crude at 60, basically 60. Break above that high.
56. 62.
No, down. The high of the last 5 minutes.
Smash this in a
Yeah,
little
you
bit.
see, I'd be short crude, or I'd be long crude and short NASDAQ right
Right.
now. And really, where the NASDAQ's going to get this push is if it breaks that blue moving average there, you're going to see this thing start to waterfall.
Right. I think its waterfalling times are done for today. Looking at
I don't think I just read the candles.
Well, I'm just taking in the candles
Structure.
too, and
Yeah.
you get kind of
In spots, yeah.
it's also experience. I mean, I don't know how much.
Well, you're hitting the top man on the NASDAQ.
Right, right. It literally hit it and fell apart.
Yeah.
But thinking on how a market starts to try a bottoming process, you get you kind of get this price action low, tested the low, a better rally. So now you would, I'd actually would think it would probably hold on this blue band, if not. Or I would think it would get to 72. Let's look at the S&P. As we've talked about, you see how the tops are kind of forming. Instead of the V bottom. Actually, we have a bunch of V bottoms. And then at top, it's a daily chart, so it takes weeks to top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 trading days.
Here goes the NASDAQ.
Into the abyss.
Wow, it's heading lower.
Broke that 86, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the close down here, it's stopped above, basically stop at entry. 5 points the hard way, right?
Mm-hmm. Some of you guys are getting pretty good at your management. We've got a person over 53,500. Just trying to work into the right way for passing combines. So the systems we've been working on, I know it seems like it's been forever, but if you can go and look at the different trading systems and stuff that I've put together to take a system, code it, do all that, test it, make sure it works, when it gets in at the right place at the right time, puts a trade in, puts the stops, targets, all that. The typical life cycle, if you went right now to do that from scratch, is probably 6 months. So when we talk about a week or so, we're with these systems that it's been a long road for some people, but it's the kind of stuff that once you get to that point, you get to kind of expose the power of the system. So your patience is greatly appreciated.
So this is constructive. So this candle on a 5-minute, if it closes up here, you would take the break above the previous high of the next candle.
On which one?
NASDAQ.
If it could take out 86?
Well, again, I don't think this is going to take out the 86 high. But right now, basically, if it gets above the midpoint of the current candle, above the blue line, that could be a good possible long.
Right.
The problem is you're looking at the first half of this candle, and remember that just like with the market, the amateurs control the open, institutions control the close. So you want to see this could be putting in a higher low, or excuse me, a lower high, and then turn around and fail. Coming to the last 5 minutes, you just don't know at this point. Because like you mentioned, all those algos tick on at the end of the day.
Yeah, they do, but they're also going all the time, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at
See, perfect example. See how it was trading up into the previous candle, and then it took out the low there. Trading back down.
oh, that's right. I think Yellen was talking, so I know I saw that on a news list somewhere. Yeah, Yellen and Lagarde were speaking at 9:15. 9:15. Wow, that was the low bar. Oh God, how did I miss that? Oh, there's a massive, that might have been also part of the run up in crude. A massive fire oil train derailed and blew up in North Dakota.
Really?
Near Hemdale, North Dakota.
All right, let's see where this candle prints here.
On crude?
No, Nazi. Coming into the final minute here.
I thought it was the 10th. This is the 5th anniversary of the flash crash.
Okay, so an order above the high of the previous current candle is what? No, on NASDAQ.
On the 5-minute, it would be 81.75.
That look right? No, it's a little bit 82.
Wow. The
Big
Swiss
print
stock.
lower on crude, huh?
Yeah.
So you see on crude, see when it took out that previous low of the 61, yeah, right there you feel it.
47.
Yep.
The Swiss stock market collapsed 10% for 3 minutes today.
Did it really?
The entire market, yeah. Here's the chart of it. The SMI.
Wow.
800 points, which is about 10% for 3 minutes.
Go back to the NASDAQ. I'm going to cancel that order. We're about to take off the low here.
Still in.
I know. It didn't take it out. Once it breaks it, then I'll take it out. That's still support there.
76 and change.
Yeah. Nice little washout low on crude, huh?
Once again, it's definitely it's kind of oversold in the short term, so I can't see it.
So crude once this closes, a break above 61.50 would be a long if we can get this closing above its midpoint.
Right.
We got buyers in there on NASDAQ though. They're stepping in at that 41 or 43.72 area.
When it triggers the stop is what, the low of the candle?
Yeah, low, previous low.
76.
About to get filled.
43.76. 43.70.
You could almost bracket this as either being long or short that break, you know? It's going to break to the upside, though.
I'm all neutral on mine, so.
On the 5 and 1?
Yep. Actually, the one just got short.
The NASDAQ or crude?
NASDAQ.
What time frame? The 1 minute?
Yeah. But there's multiple different signals, so this is a laggard one. I don't like those.
Yeah. I have to say it's about
like
10
the
minutes
trigger, like if you get a trigger trade and then you've got like a confirmation. You like to have it go confirmed and then trigger trade.
Yeah. Wants to break out so bad. There we go.
Let's see if it fills. I'm going to start going through stocks. Go and put the 76 stop in.
Yeah.
All right, Amazon looks all right. Banks. They're okay. Let's look at the VIX. I think it's all VIX. Here's the 1 minute. If we can get it to break down into this lower range, we can get a better up move going.
Good push higher, yeah.
Here's the 5 minute. It's got that failed double top area.
Yeah.
At the end of the candle, you go to the 80.25 stop.
Yeah. What was our entry price?
82. Tough time of day, tough spot.
High or low?
You like to see it. Gets to 87, that would be probably a spot
Really,
where we're running to resistance.
the break of the 5 minute candle where you had the exhaustion down, that other little plateau, basically up another 2 or 3 points, is going to be kind of the crucial spot here.
Well, this pattern, I mean, we're descending, but we had the big low and low to high. So just from a standpoint of if this is the bottom, it has to take out that high, but it's going to run into trouble in here. So from a trade perspective, for it to get through that,
Yeah.
we're actually almost at the 1 minute Bollinger Band. I might as well just go to the 80 stop now while we're at it. Actually got crude oil dragging it down.
Smarter man than me told me once to never take a winner to a loser, so I'm not even going to let it play there.
Oh, you go to 82?
No, I just took it off.
Oh, okay. It took forever. It seriously takes like 15 seconds because I see it disappears.
Is it noise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he could have went to break even.
Just saying, man.
Yes,
I get
sir.
it. We gotta add.
Not going to complain about a winner.
Yeah.
No way.
I was anticipating a bigger push, if that makes sense, than what we saw.
You're trading 5 minute though, so
I know.
it's going to take 5-10 minutes. Good trade though.
I'm adding P to the P&L. Yeah. See, now here's where you would put your stop, basically at break even, anticipating it to break above that previous high.
Right.
Which it's going to do, but that's just the way you follow it up.
Right. All right, we'll see you guys on the wrap-up call. If we see,
Okay.
I'll comment on Zillow if I'm seeing stuff that's setting up.
Yeah, I'll be on Zillow too.
Okay. We'll do shop talk. All right. Bye.